Hey there, I've got a Pentair FNS Plus DE filter here. It's worked great for us keeping our pool crystal clear, but as of late I've noticed a little bit of algae growth that continues to spawn inside the pool along the walls, and I brush it and a few days later it comes back. So my water balance is pretty good right now, but what I suspect is that I'm not getting enough circulation and filtration of the water itself going through this filter. I've had some spikes of pressure on here that then kind of subside after a while. I've backwashed it a couple times, replaced the DE media in there, but the pressure on here continues to rise a bit. It never gets back down to kind of its clean baseline values. I'm gonna go ahead and open this filter up, clean out the membranes really good, and see if that helps improve the situation. Here's my filter pressure right now. My clean baseline pressure is around 8 pounds. Right now I'm all the way up to where it needs to be cleaned, pretty close to 20 pounds here. So that indicates to me that this filter is becoming loaded up. And again, I've backwashed it a few times, but it tends to trickle back up over the course of time here. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this filter opened up here. This has the clamp band around it, which is super easy to be able to remove the head of the filter from. So one quick thing to note, depending on how your filter sits in relation to the elevation of the pool surface, you may have to close off a return valve or kind of isolate your pool from your filter here to prevent any sort of backflow. Before opening up the filter itself, we're going to go ahead and relieve pressure here. I'll be able to kind of hear. So this band clamp simply consists of a 7/8 inch nut here along with the spring washer and a couple of sets of flat washers here. So what'll happen is as we loosen our nut here, this clamp is going to release and then we can pull the head off the filter. So I've just got a socket here, 7/8 inch. It's a deep well, so I can slide it over. This filter is super easy to disassemble. I had a Hayward Perflex filter that had 16 nuts and bolts that had to be undone, and that was a pain. I had to dedicate usually an hour and a half or so in order to get that thing apart and put back together. This is just a couple minutes here to get this disassembled. And so here's the assembly. This is a T-nut, you got a flat washer, you got the spring, and then another flat washer. So now that we got that loosened, we can go ahead and pull the clamp on off. We're gonna go ahead and pull the head off the filter and allow the water to run out here. Alright, so there was plenty of water sitting in that top head there. And yeah, we can easily see maybe why our filter flow has been reduced, why we're getting maybe a little bit of green growing in there. This filter's pretty grimy, pretty dingy. You can see some of the green on the media here. So we're gonna go ahead and get this washed off. See here, there's this plastic manifold on the top that's holding the membranes in place. There's a couple of wing nuts here that we could undo in order to lift up the manifold, but I'm gonna try to avoid that for now, see how I can get this cleaned off with the hose. If you have concern that you've actually got like DE leaking back into the pool from your filter, that may be a better scenario or a better case where you'd wanna go ahead and take off this manifold and one by one remove each of those membranes to inspect it. Sometimes it can be a little tricky to reassemble the filter once you've pulled the membranes out, but if you do it one by one, definitely makes it easier. Just got a standard garden hose here with a nozzle on the end that gives me decent pressure, so I'm not using a power wash or anything, but something that's not going to damage the membranes but still knock off the crud here. see how easily the DE powder and all the gunk that was in there kind of washes away, but it's important to get your hose kind of back in between the flaps here and really get it as clean as you can. As my kids would like to say, that's pretty satisfying, just kind of watching how smooth and easy all that washes away here with just a little bit of water. Alright, so we got our initial rinse off. I've still got some more spraying to do, but you can see the lower half of the filter is full of water right now. What I'm going to do is use my backwash filter, which is just a slide valve here, open it up, and release that crud. You probably should have had a backwash hose attached down there, but I'll remember that for next time. And so once I've drained the water, I can see even more areas towards the bottom that are going to need to be sprayed off really well. So I'm just closing our valve back up. I could leave it open, but I'll just close it and start rinsing again. We even got our 7-year-old out here cleaning off the filter for me. Are you ready? All right, so we've done some more rinsing here. The bottom bin is full of water again, so this time I got our backwash hose hooked up and we're going to go ahead and release the water. Okay. So we've got all the cruddy water flowing out. Yep, so this is just rinsing off the bottom half of the membranes and some of the interior flaps that we didn't get the first rinse. I've gone ahead and done a really thorough rinse from what I can see here, but I'm actually going to go ahead and just remove that top manifold just to be able to get a better look down into the center there, and if I need to spray any better or if I need to actually remove a membrane, I can do so. I've already gone ahead and taken off the wing nuts there, and we're just gonna gently lift up the plastic manifold here. There's a couple markings that say lift here on both sides, and you can see there's still some gunk in here, so I'm gonna go ahead and spray that off. Another thing you'll notice is there's a template here, and this helps make sure that if you are gonna remove the membranes, that you can kind of get them back in the proper orientation. But I am going to leave that here for now because I don't see a need to have to actually remove any of the membranes here. And removing that middle manifold there definitely allows you to get in with your hose much better so you can get all the crevices. All right, we're going to go ahead and get this thing put back together. One quick note. If your filters aren't coming out very clean and look like they are heavily soiled even after rinsing, you may want to consider like a acid wash with muriatic acid and water just to help kind of fend off and get rid of any residual grime. And one thing to note, if you've got this manifold taken off, it's a good time just to do a quick inspection, look for any signs of cracks where your DE could be leaking through. So mine looks pretty good here. So then we can go ahead and get this reinstalled. We'll just line up our fitting here with our overflow pipe. And then we've got these 2 holes here that'll line up with the threaded bolts. Everything fits together nice and snug. We can go ahead and put our wing nuts back on. You just want to have these kind of hand tightened. You don't want to over tighten them and crack the plastic. Before putting the lid back on, it's a good time to go ahead and check out your gasket along the rim there. Just make sure it's free from cracks and tears. You can apply a little bit of lubricant here just to get a nice tight seal. All right, we're gonna now reassemble the clamp here. So you wanna just take the threaded bolt here, slide it into the other side of the clamp, get it nice and snug. Then we're gonna go ahead and take our flat washer and put it on the threaded bolt. And then we'll take our T-nut with our spring and start threading it on. So you can see we're just doing hand tightening here at first, and then we'll grab our socket. So one thing to note is with this spring washer here, you can see there's gaps in between the coils. And what our goal is to get this tightened just enough to where you can't see gaps through the coil, but you don't want to over tighten it. So that's kind of a visual cue then of when is a good stopping point. Alright, so we've kind of hit that threshold now where we can't see in between the coils here. So we are tight. Alright, so with our backwash valve still open, we're going to go ahead and just kick on the pump to shoot some of the residual water from the bottom of the filter back out. The water has now run clear. And go ahead and turn off the pump again. And return the filter back to normal mode here. Turn our pump back on. You can see after starting up our filter, we're working out all the air that we left inside the filter after cleaning it out and backwashing. So our filter is 60 square feet in surface area, which means we put in 9 pounds of our filter here. And this is super important because without this, your DE filter is not going to filter the way it should. So there you go. It's in the skimmer basket here, and that's going straight back to the filter to coat the membrane on our FNS Plus. Alright, so after getting our filter totally cleaned out and recoated, I can see our new clean pressure is right around 6 pounds right now. So what I'm going to do is our gauge has a little dial here that we can turn to set our baseline clean pressure. And then once we get back up about 10 pounds or so, we'll know it's time for another backwash or cleaning. So after doing a deep clean of the pool here, I've measured our flow rate, and I'm seeing about a 30% increase of flow back into the pool from the returns here. And I simply just measured the flow using a pool noodle, and I've got a link below that shows you how to do that. But I measured the flow before cleaning and then after cleaning. So what that increase in flow means is that I'm going to get an increase in the turnover of water in the pool each day. It means the water is going through the filter more frequently, being treated more frequently, and ultimately going to stay cleaner that way.